tight lining. Which tight lining, for those of you who don't know, just means that you are also putting a liner on the underside of your top lid, not just the waterline of your lower lid. Alright, and then for mascara today, I thought I was going to use my favorite that is a waterproof, and then I thought, no, today I'm going to use an old, one that I tried a long time ago, and I'm retrying it because I got a sample of it in a baby size. Sorry, y'all, I got some black on my hand, so I have to get that off right away because it'll stick. But I am going to go ahead and use my eyelash curler. And this is a Charlotte Tilbury one, which is one I really like because it's wider. It's got more length to the actual bar. And it's a tad taller. My Chanel one is much shorter and not quite as wide, and I like that one too. I've got a CoverGirl one, and a Mary Kay one, and a Max Factor one, all of which I like a whole lot. So you just have to, it feels weird not covering my mouth coughing, even though there's no one in this room. Y'all, I did the stupidest thing the other day. Where was I? Was I mailing something? And I had my mask on. And I sneezed. So to sneeze, I took my mask off. Like, I lifted it from the bottom. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the whole point of the mask. And I bet everybody there was like, what the crap did that? I don't know why. I thought, oh, you know, cover your mouth. So I removed my mask to cover my mouth. It was just, I don't know if I was afraid to have stuff end up on the inside of my mask, but that's what you want. That is what the mask is for, is to protect it from getting on other people, which I don't have COVID-19, so thank God for that. But it just was one of those moments where I thought, well, that was about as stupid as it gets. I was very embarrassed, to be honest. And I looked at the people, I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I did not mean to not cover myself. That was the whole point of the mask, isn't it? And people kind of giggled. I mean, nobody was like, lady, blah, blah, blah. Like some of these people are just so awful to each other. It just goes to show you might just do stuff you don't mean to do, and just give people a little bit of grace, y'all. And thankfully, I don't have COVID-19, and I didn't spread it, so I'm thankful for that. So this is the little tiny sample. I'm going to tip out my lashes. Whoops. And now I'm going to just, this is the IT Cosmetics that says Super Stretch, I think is what it's called, Superhero, which is supposed to be stretch mascara. And it's non-waterproof, and that's why, you know. I have gotten aware I do use more non-waterproof than I used to, just because if I'm just at home all day, you know, not going anywhere, I don't need a lot of wearability, you know what I mean? Like you do when you're out in the elements and all that kind of stuff. And it just, you know, I feel like when I'm taking my makeup off at the night, it's just easier to take it off. And I'm sure that's why most people do wear, you know, non-waterproof mascara. It's just easier to get off. Sheree McGinnis, if you still ever watch my channel, this is a cup you sent me, and I love it. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. In other words, you're smart to fear the Lord. People say, why would you want to be afraid of your God? Because he is so massively awesome, and to be praised and to be worshipped, and fear of him respectfully and in awe of his mighty power. And the beautiful thing about it is you don't fear him because he's mean. Not that kind of fear. You are in awe of the fact that this incredible, all-powerful God was willing to go to the cross for you. Was willing to die in your place so that you don't have to. And the reason for that is because he loves you so much, he doesn't want to be separated from you. Remember in the flood, those of you who know the story of the flood with Noah, he saved people instead of destroyed them completely. And with the way the human race has treated God, he should have destroyed us all. He really should have. And I don't know if he should have destroyed us and started over, but he seemed to think that mankind was the most perfect thing he ever made, including the angels. You know, it says that Lucifer was the most perfect, most beautiful thing he ever made. And Lucifer got full of himself and full of pride and self-love, and so much so he decided instead of being an angel, he wanted to be like God. And then he made the really big mistake. Not just be like God for the sake of being a servant of God, but to be God. He said, I want to be God. And that's when God struck him down from heaven, changed his name to Satan, the adversary. And it had to break God's heart. It had to really break God's heart. To have your faith